low bandwidth because of which your voice is not reaching here.
Is my slides visible? Hello.
Just a minute. Yes, now it is visible.
Okay,
Yes, you
so
can start.
guys and respected sir, I'm going to represent the clones and fools in William Shakespeare's works. So, first introduction. That what
We are taking other turn now. You wait for the turn. We have started with Nidhi's presentation now.
so introduction. And so first of all, the thing is, what do you mean by the fool? Okay, fool or gesture would have been known by many of those in Shakespeare's contemporary audience, as they were often kept by the royal court and such a real household to act as the entertainers, and they were a male as well as the actor and would wear the flamboyant clothing and carry a bubble crowd and stick to use that jokes. So it is the image that which kind of people we can imagine or that kind of performance they have to do. Fool is very fool and trance is very useful term in the works of Shakespeare, and we can say that it was Shakespeare who first time introduced some new kind of ingredients in his drama. Including the all fools and the clowns, they enrich the quality of drama. Fools play a very significant role in the drama. Shakespeare divide the two fools in a two distinction. So first is that who is a wise and intelligent, and second one is that they are naturally fools, means they are a fool by her nature, and another is the fools. They are looking at a fool, but by the nature they are more intellectual. So he has apparently been there for some time, as he was a fool of the Lady Oliver's father took a much delight in. So now, some of the well-known fools of the Shakespeare's work is the Touchstone, Feast, Lear's Fool, Lanes, Bottom, Doverby, and as we know that Porter we have studied in our Macbeth. So we aware the term of the fool, that how Porter play a very significant role in a drama of Macbeth. So first, I would like to start it with the touchstone. Touchstone is the first use of fool in the work, and touchstone is the fool of work as you like it of William Shakespeare. Touchstone is the court jester of Duke Frederick's Upstairs court, and I would like to quote it, his best quote, and the quote is, "The fool doth think he is a wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool." So by this by line, we can aware that that touchstone is the name. It's very significant. Touch and stone. We are if we are divided this both here, that we can find that touchstone means touch something stone which is marvelous, that he knows that who is a wise and who is a foolish. So touchstone is a very wise fool, and his play is very significant in the as you like it. And then the next is the feast. Feast is the fool of the 12th night. He is the attached to the household of the court Oliver, and I would like to quote his best quotation, and is that, "Why some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have a greatness through upon them." And he has apparently been there for some time, and he was the fool of the Lady Oliver's father to much delight. The another is Lear's fool. Lear's fool belonged to the King Lear, and the fool is Lear's one stand up, a comedian, sure, but more intensively, and he is the only guy that we are allowed to criticize him. And so we can say that Shakespeare used the fools and clowns to reveal the foolishness and the trivial nature of the king, because that the time no has right or no has a power to criticize the king. So by the introducing this element, uh, Shakespeare describe or discuss some vices, some foolish nature, some trivial mentality of king of that time, because The fool has all rights on a king, and people think that they are fools, so they speak speedily. And so whatever they speak, it will be taken as a lightly. Well, fools, they all are speak very sped and very reality of that particular time. Remember when Kent leaps off, Lear puts him out of the kingdom, and when Lear doesn't like what Cordelia has to say, Lear dissolves her altogether. It is the one incident from the King's Lear that King Lear foolishness described by the Lear's fool, and this is the article written by the Christian, and I have taken it from the OUP blog. Then next is the lens. From the, it is a full belong to the work of a two gentlemen of Verera. He was a Proteus servant and not a brightest. He occasionally mix up his big words. The next is bottom. Bottom is my one of the favorite fool, and bottom play a very significant role. And he is the fool of Midsummer Night Dreams. When we read the drama, we can find that in throughout the play we can find the bottom scenes in every act. Bottom, especially her gesture, her wearing manner, and Shakespeare also include some supernatural elements or supernatural power in the hand of fools or gesture or in the clowns. Bottom, the weaver is a take a charge short of the fellow, and the greatest stage harm who wishes to play all the part, and he is a Queen's play. So bottoms. I would like to quote some lines, which is very marvelous, and I have taken it from the original work, and is that I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of the man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. So we can find that bottom is as a look he is a hopeful, but he is not a fool in a true sense. He is a wise than a man. The another is Roggerby, and from it is taken from the Much Ado About Nothing, and the constable in charge of the watch or the chief policeman of the Messina. Doggerby is a very sincere and taken his job seriously, but he has a habit of using the wrong word to convey his meaning. So we can find that how they look, that is his dressing, his speaking way. He speaks very ironically and metaphorically, so people easily cannot understand, but they were going to deeper meaning. They realize their vices and foolishness. And here especially I have mentioned the porter from the Macbeth, and I have taken the original lines of the porter, and I must describe the Potter scene. That Potter is posted at the gate. He's a drunk, he's a sound sleepy, and after the performance of Duncan's murder, loudly knocking at the hurt at the gate, and the porter is awaked by the repeating the knocking with the unconscious irony, and he imagined himself as the porter of a hell gate. He became angry while approaching the door when the repeating knocking is heard, and he became angry and asked who it was. He says that Macbeth's castle is too cold for help. He says that he will not act devil porter again, and then he come to himself and open the door and admit Macduff and lean off. From the point of view, the audience, the porter scene is the most humorous and the enjoyable thing of the drama, and its dramatic importance is great. It provides a comic relief in the very serious scene. The scene also, the dramatic irony, and become the porter, and he says that the place is too cold for the hell. It's a picture of the hell in Macbeth's castle. So we can say that at the gate he play a comic role, but he play a very significant role, and he described the castle of Macbeth. It's like a hell, and And we can found the photo of the portrait. That portrait is by the look wise, he looks a fool. He is a drunken, but by the use of this kind of gestures, this kind of the fools, Shakespeare, Shakespeare described the reality and ironically and metaphor of the whole scene. I have also cited or also mentioned the article based on the clones and fools of the Shakespeare, and it is a very well-known articles based on the all the work of the particular drama and clones and fools. So these first articles is from BBC News, and in this articles it describes the different school and their modern equivalents. Is that how in a modern time, a fools or any kind of thing, that idea, they are very wide below. And I would also mention the movie that in the beginning of the scene we can found that Ranveer Kapoor wears like a roboting. So there's kind of that kind of a scene is like a fools or clowns, see. But they describe the reality, the virtue of the human beings. So, and the another article is from the E Times, and it describes the one of our hearts that beside the protagonist, audience are more fascinating or more enjoying the scene of portrait, and it's not out that it's a laughing, but it provide a moral lesson to us. So there's both article are very notable, and this article it's written by the CD, and it was published in scholarship Clement, and I would like to quote the two important line that the fool, what is the meaning of fool. Sir Siri described it. The fool in a literature is the one ending character, and Shakespeare created canon of the fool characters as a diverse in the personality as they are in a purpose. And I would also like to give definition that the fool in the life and a literature is an ending character over the course of history. He appeared under the different title and a different form. He is sometimes identified by his physical angularity or by the physical deformation, and by his sharp wit or by his utter stupidity. So we can find that the section after them, it will be the thread to including the fools and describe the vices of human nature. So it is my citation about my presentation, and thank you. It's my presentation about the fools and clowns of William Shakespeare's works.
Yeah, okay, very well presented. Good.